What is up, everybody? We are live in the booth. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for sharing and subscribing. I'm super thankful for everybody. The page is growing, and we're gonna keep it moving just like that. So, we are starting back with our planet series. Check out all of the planets if you have not done so already. So today we're talking about Uranus. Okay, so Uranus is one of the planets that are the newest planets in our solar system. Well, when I say the newest planets that have been discovered. And so a lot of times people say that their influences aren't as strong, but I still think that their influences are pretty strong on our natal charts because where you find Uranus in your chart, you'll still be able to kind of like get some of its energy, right? And so Uranus was like founded, I guess you would say, about 200 years ago. There was an astronomer, his last name was Herschel. And so that's why the Uranus symbol is in an H, because they wanted to kind of give him some reference inside of like the name, because they didn't call it Herschel, so they called it Uranus, but they still wanted to give him some type of notoriety associated with the planet, because he at first he thought it was a comet, and then after he kept looking at it for about a year, then he was like, oh, okay, so this is a new planet. So this planet, Uranus, anywhere you find Uranus in your chart, is going to be talking about new inventions, new discoveries, things that are moving us into the future, things that are moving us forward. That's why it's associated with the sign of Aquarius, because Aquarius is also like the futuristic type of sign that's moving us forward in a humanitarian way. And so Uranus is associated with Aquarius. Uranus is also where you're going to find your quick like guidances, or your quick actions, or quick messages, or things like that that come through, quickly, and it needs for you to pick it up and run with it. When it comes to Uranus, it's sudden. So shocking things, things that people say could be shocking here. So you want to look for your Uranus to see where you're going to be getting a lot of shocks, where you're going to be getting a lot of surprises, where you could be also, we talked about Aquarius, so we know that Aquarius are kind of like individuals. They usually stand out in a crowd. They're usually kind of like peculiar type of people. So wherever you find Uranus in your chart, this could be where you have like a peculiar energy. You have an eccentric energy, something that makes you stand out as an individual, because it's so forward thinking, because it could be rebellious, because it could be something that people have not seen before. So your Uranus in your chart is all about your unique like self-expression, for sure. So where you find Uranus, say for instance, if you had it in the third house, you could be a person who communicates in a very eccentric way, or you could be a person who who's around a lot of eccentric people in your like close proximity. Like your cousins could be kind of like weird or eccentric. Your like people, your like closest friends could kind of be like weird or eccentric. The people that are in your immediate surroundings, which is like that Gemini energy. So that would be Uranus in the third house. If you had Uranus in the ninth house, it could be you are part of some type of like group or organization. Remember, we're talking about humanitarian type of energy, so you could be a part of some like group or organization that is like a forward thinking religion or a forward thinking belief. You could hold forward thinking beliefs, things that are different from the people that are around you. And then it could have happened to you suddenly. You just suddenly start believing in this, and then boom, you just pick it up and ran with it. Also, going back to Uranus in the third house, you could be a person who just suddenly communicates after it's been years that have passed, time that has passed, and you just say, okay, well, now I'm about to go ahead and let it loose. I'm about to go ahead and communicate this thing. So it could be, it's just sudden, it's things that shock us, things that are kind of weird. I mean, that's just, like, they're shocking, they're weird, they're things that you would not have expected. Because the founding of this planet, they did not expect it. It was very sudden and shocking. And so that's why it still has that same energy. When they actually founded Uranus, it was around like the a time where there was a lot going on with like futuristic, like futuristic discoveries. Like, there was advancement in technology going on. The small technology that they did have, it was advances going on. Also, like when Uranus was in Scorpio, which was some time ago, because right now Uranus is in Taurus. So let's not even go all the way back there. Let's just talk about Uranus and Taurus. So you want to look for where your Taurus is in your chart, so that you can see what house Uranus is in, and that's gonna tell you where you're gonna be getting some pop-ups, boo, for a little while, because Uranus actually takes about 7 or 8 years to transit from sign to sign. So right now it's in Taurus. So you're looking at different ways to make money. We are learning about new and inventive and forward moving ways to make money, for different ways to get more stability. And we're using the internet to do it, because Aquarius, once again, is with Uranus, and Aquarius is all about the internet. It's all about that global web that's connecting us together. So right now with Uranus and Taurus, we are learning so many different ways to make money, new and inventive ways. And a lot of them could come as a shock. There could be shocks to the stock market. There could be shocks to, just the status of your money, the status of the country's money, the status of the nation, of the world, how we kind of view currency and resources. And specifically how we view our resources, because Taurus is about my resources. Scorpio is about our resources and how we merge, but Taurus is about my money. This is, what's going on with me. So so Uranus is in Taurus right now. So look to see where it is in your chart. If you do not, or have no idea what I'm talking about, anything like that, you can actually message me or DM me. Instagram, my name is Live in the Booth. I'll drop it below. Also, you can go and you can message me on my Gmail, because I do natal chart reading. So if you need your natal chart done, if you just want to ask specific questions, then you can just email me there at liveinthebooth@gmail.com. Also, make sure you check me out on Instagram and Twitter, both Live in the Booth. I talk a little astrology, but mostly I just kind of pop my shit on there. So, definitely like, share, and subscribe to the channel. I appreciate everyone that watches, appreciate everything. The channel is moving, so I'm super excited about that. Thank you all again, and this has been Uranus.